First of all praises to the Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruachadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening. My people, let's make sure we get some rest, worship and praise in to the Father Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, because He is definitely worthy of it. And also, it is a commandment throughout all of our dwellings, regardless of the shape that we are in as a nation. I have a message today for the chosen ones. I have a message today for the elect. I have a message today to the 1/3. In case you guys don't know, that's all of those people that I just named. They are one people, the elect themselves. Okay, the ones that were chosen from the foundation of the earth at the beginning to be saved. Okay, and that's just what it is. Time is winding down, and the writing is on the wall. The enemy is in the room now, more so than ever. And he's ready to carry through with the prophecy of what he believes is his prophecy, and that's to destroy the children of the Most High. Not understanding that he's actually bringing in the prophecy of the Most High himself for his destruction. But the thing is this: we that are chosen, we that are of the 1/3, we that are of the elect, has got to get our minds in place and our hearts ready for what's to come. Because it's not going to be an easy task on the way out of here into the infinity of what's going to be new. It's going to get rough. You see what the enemy is doing. You see who he has stood up. You see all the things that are said in media about the so-called president and Elon Musk over the Department of Treasury. I do believe these are the two is going to usher in what is called Jacob's trouble. And that's just what it is. It's going to get really bad. So we, as the people of the book, must prepare and to gird up and get ready. So what I want us to do is go over here and we're going to start in Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. And it reads, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired." Who is that? Who is this nation that's not desired? I tell you, it's us. It's the ones that are on the bottom now, thanks to our own doing, thanks to our disobedience, that we fell into this punishment of our Father. That's who this nation is that's not desired. We're the nation that is hated, but at the same time we are loved by the Most High, and that's all that matters. This is just a disciplinary act up on us in this day and age, but it's coming to a rapidly. Now, to go down here, as we just read, Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1, "Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye, it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Akron shall be rooted up. Okay? These are the things that happened many years ago. Okay? But as the Most High says in His Word, what has been shall be again. Okay? And it's coming around. You see, except this time, we are going to be able to experience it, for those of us that are left, standing to see the Hamashiach coming in the clouds, the Son of Man himself. We can stand before. This is what this is referring to. And as far as here where it says, before the day pass as the chaff, well, and the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. You know what chaff is? Let's say something that's burnt, something that's become ash, like wheat or paper or something like that. You see, chaff. Chaff blows away in the wind as ashes. That's what this all boils down to, okay? We do not want to be as chaff, okay? Because here it is in Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. And we are going to read this down to verse 6. This is what makes chaff right here. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Everything's going to be burned, people. Chaff and stubble. Okay? But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet. That's chaff, people. In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, for all Israel with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn your heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Okay? This is important that you understand. This is no joke. Whatever you got going takes a back seat to the Most High and what he's telling you right here. That's if you want to survive. You can't do it on your own. Nothing you can do, period. Because if you choose to try to do this on your own, I can tell you for a fact, you will perish with the heathen. See, because what's coming, all this is coming, is for the enemy, the heathen himself, simply because what he has done to you. This is the reason why this must happen. The enemy set up his children back in the Garden of Eden through the ancient mother, and also practically took through the ancient mother, but also however way the ancient father took part in it, I don't know. But this is what it is. But there's fin to be a recompense for what the enemy has done, and he's going to put a stop. The Most High is going to put a stop to the enemy and his children. Okay? See, these are the same ones that took up a tumult against the Most High's people. And this is why we are under the curses that we are under today. Well, basically, as like I said, being disobedient to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments, and doing what he said not to do. But be that as it is, let's start over here in Psalms chapter 83. We're going to take this to start at verse 1. And it says here, this is a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep now thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Guess what? And the descendants of these ones that these scriptures are talking about are still taking crafty counsel and are confederate against the Most High and his children to this day. Okay? Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Listen here. These are the ones, and these are still the seed of these names that we're talking about right now that's in rule, that's still doing these things to our people to this day. This is what the destruction is coming for, and this is why you don't want to get caught up and get burned up with them. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Okay? Now you got Africa up in here. It says Tyre. See, a lot of us are blind to who we think got our back, all right? But these are some of the same people that were confederate against us and put us in the situation that we're in today. And of course, Edom, you know who that is. They need no introduction, to tell you the truth. And you got the Ishmaelites, which is, I believe, Arab. Moab. Moab is actually Asian people, like, I think, China. I'm not sure who the Hagarenes is, but I know Ammon, Japanese people. You know, Moab and Ammon are actually brothers from the ancestral thing that happened with Lot and his daughters. You know, after what happened, I guess the daughters wanted to get him drunk so he can make them babies. You know, so something like that. Okay? After the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah. That's who they are. Now, some of these other people, Philistines, Amalek, Germans, I guess, Gebal, I'm not really sure who they are. But I probably can tell you, I'm sure they are of the European nations. I can say that. Now, verse 8. Ashur also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Stop, pause, and meditate on that, people. That's what Selah means. Verse 9. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, and to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They become as dung for the earth. Now you can call dung what you use with dung. You know what dung is? That's crap. And they use cow dung as fertilizer. That's what these people are going to be. Fertilizer for the earth. Verse 11. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes as Zaban and as Zalmunna. Verse 12. Who said, let us take to ourselves a house of Yahweh in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel as the stubble before the wind. That's the chaff. Stubble, blown away. Why? Because here, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountain on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. Now, of course, this translate in the Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew text, Yahweh or Yahuwah, Yahweh. You know, that's what it really translates into. Okay, the Father Yahweh. Revelations chapter 6. And we're going to take this. We're going to read this right here. See, this is what we, as the chosen ones, must not get caught up in. What's finna happen to these people, these ones we just read about, the descendants here of those wicked men, those wicked people who were confederate at cutting us off as a people. See, regardless of all of these little tariffs and all this kind of stuff, and eggs going up to $10, well, you know, that's all rumor. We don't really know that, but you know, people talking about eggs, they really worried about these eggs, people. You know, none of that means nothing, because the Most High said in his word that a day's wages will be spent basically for a loaf of bread. I'm paraphrasing. So we already know the score. But when we are with him and under him in his wings, we're guarded from a lot of that. And he's going to make a way for us. Okay? And that's what it, you know, boils down to. You have to understand that. You have to know it. Okay? Not just believe it, but knowing. Because as it says in his word, and I'm paraphrasing again, if you have a mustard seed, well, what is it? A mustard seed, the size and the faith of a mustard seed, which is the size of a grain of a mustard seed. That much faith, that little bit, you realize how small a mustard seed is. You can say this to this mountain to move here to there, here to thence. Okay? You can say that. Why? Because your faith is in knowing, not just believing. It's about knowing. Okay? There it is. Now, Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and very free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. See, these so-called powerful men finna be run like the cowards that they are, because they think they're gonna escape the Most High's wrath, but they're not. I don't care where they go. I don't care where you go. How you gonna hide in somebody's house and they are the builders of that house? They built that house. Where you think you gonna run to? I don't care how long you think you've been there and you know this and you built that. It's still that man's house. You can't hide from him. You can't. And that's what that all boils down to. Okay, now we're going to start here in Revelation 6:12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal. This is an angel. And lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth his untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Okay? And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Okay? Now there was a great earthquake. The Most High can make earthquakes at will, because this whole earth is set up on one big fault line. And I can tell you this, it said these mountains moved out of their place. Do you know what those mountains are? I believe they are those volcanoes. and they're full of fire. Full of fire. When they move out their place, when this earthquake moves them out their place, what's going to happen? All that hot lava and fire is going to make one big lake of fire. Okay? Just Google some of those images of volcanoes and the lava and look how that looks. You see what I'm saying? That stuff ain't there for nothing. Then it has an ability to go off like with 5 tons of like what a nuclear missile would go off as, but 5 tons of that. You see, now when the skies depart, in other words, depart as a scroll, open up, that's the same thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, rather. When the Most High opened the skies and heavens from another dimension and dropped whatever that stuff is, he dropped down into sulfur and burned that place up. He burned it up. See, he got that kind of technology, whatever, to do that. This is coming from another dimension, people. This is not coming from within our dome. When I say a dome, you know, it was a show used to come on called The Dome. You know, kind of like, okay, when you buy one of those little glass domes that have like winter snowing and you shake it and it look like it's snowing, that's what people believe that we're under. Like, and they see like the firmament, that's like a dome consisting of water. But the thing is this, the Most High, he's going to depart all of that as a scroll, and he's dropping down fire and brimstone, just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah, that is. Okay, but this is what's going to happen, as we already read, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Question. That question is nobody. And I mean but nobody that's not in the Most High. That does not have the Most High as their Lord and Savior. That's what it's all about. Being saved. You understand? That's all I got on this lesson, people. I hope you guys found this lesson edifying, and I hope I said something that stimulates your spiritual growth. All praise to the Father Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.